Hey, this is Parag from Vēmos showing you how to install your ID scanner. You'll get a box like this, and I'm going to go ahead and unpackage it for you. The first thing you'll notice is an instruction sheet like this. It's back and forth. And then you'll have, depending on how many devices you ordered, you'll have at least one Honeywell device in a box and then one iPod Touch in a box as well. So you're going to want to take both of those out, and we're going to start with the iPod Touch box. You'll see right away that there is what we call an AirWatch username and password. That's going to be needed throughout the process, so make sure you keep this handy. We're going to go ahead and get this open. Once you get the iPod out, you want to turn on the iPod. You're going to do that by holding the top button. Once you see that load, you'll start that screen right here. You know it's loading. Let that give it a second here. Make sure you've got internet access available as well. I'm going to start unboxing the Honeywell just to get some of the pieces out while the iPod Touch is loading. Inside the Honeywell case box, you'll see a case like this. This is going to be your sled. And while this is loading, I'm going to get the iPod ready to go. I need to connect this to the Wi-Fi internet. On the back of this sheet is the Apple setup process that you'll see. And if you have any questions, you can use this for step-by-step instructions. Like any other iOS device, just go ahead and enable location services. And then you'll get to a screen called configuration. This is what the screen looks like, and go ahead and click Next. The device will auto-configure for you, but this is where you're going to need that AirWatch username and password that was on the top of your iPod Touch case. We're going to enter this information now where it says Login. And then when you log in correctly, you'll get configuring iPod, and then go ahead and hit get started. Once you hit get started, you'll get to a normal screen. Now the magic happens. Let it go ahead and sit it down, and it will automatically start installing apps that are required for the ID scan system to work. So go ahead and let that happen. Now I'm going to switch back over to the Honeywell case here while all of that gets downloaded. Again, you're going to get a case like this. From there, you're going to be able to go ahead and unbox this. There's a bunch of stuff behind it that's really, really important, so make sure you open this up. You've got the charging cord and cable for the case. You have a charger, and you'll see all the way at the bottom here. Make sure you don't forget this. It says battery. That's very, very important. So we're going to go ahead and get that battery out. And take that out of the wrapper. And now with the Honeywell case, we're going to install this battery first. So you're going to want to open up this little pouch, and we're going to stick that battery in there. And we're going to close that right there. And now you've got the battery installed. From here, you're going to, again, see the instructions on the main sheet. We're going to flip that back over to the Welcome to Vēmos side with the QR code. And we're going to go ahead and take this iPod Touch and install it into the case. Now, one thing to remember on the case is in order to open this, you're going to want to pull on this lever up here. It's going to pop out, and then you're going to pull that forward, and that's going to allow you to slide that iPod Touch right in there. So we're going to go ahead and slide that right in there. Make sure you push down so it's all the way fitted, and then we're going to close that right back on the iPod Touch. So make sure it's fully on there, ready to go. So now you've got the case and the iPod Touch. We're going to open the iPod. We're just going to click the home screen. We're going to hit it one more time. And now you'll see that the ID Scan app is actually installed on the bottom, and then the normal Vēmos app is also installed on this. So we're going to open the Vēmos ID Scan app, which is located at the bottom, and we're going to go ahead and you're going to see a Vēmos login screen. This is going to be your login for your Vēmos account. This is not the AirWatch login that we used earlier, but this is your Vēmos account login information. So I'm going to go ahead and get that entered right now. So once you log in, you're going to see a screen like this where you're going to accept access to the camera. You're going to hit OK, and then you'll get to a camera screen. Now this is very important. You can scan IDs using your camera, but now that we have the case, we can actually use this and it's a much faster process. So we're going to hit ID Scanner next to ID Camera, and then you'll get to a screen like this. So now we're going to go back to our instruction set, and we're going to see that on our instruction set there is a barcode at the bottom. You're going to use the gray buttons on the side, on either side, and that's going to create a laser. Okay, we're going to scan this, and we're going to hear a beep, and that means it's successful. Once you hear that beep noise that you know it's successful, we're going to hit ID Camera once, and then hit ID Scanner again, and we should hear that noise right there, and that way you know you are ready to go to start scanning IDs. If you have any questions at all, there is a phone number and email address located at the bottom of the instructions manual. Feel free to give that number a call or send an email, and we'll be able to assist you right away. Thanks for being an ID scanning customer, and we're excited to get you started.